Not too long ago, we highlighted some of the creative ways video games displayed your character's health, from a colour-changing exosuit to a questionably placed tattoo. The arm would have sufficed. Down in the comments, you lovely lot shared plenty of other examples of games raising the bar, or more aptly, doing away with it altogether when it comes to measuring HP. So here are your suggestions for the weird and wonderful health meters that were way more inventive than a boring horizontal line. As always, beware spoilers for the following games.
None of the Amnesia games have a traditional on-screen health bar, which just adds to the psychological torture of never quite knowing just how unalivable you are. I have lost a bit of health there. Also, my character doesn't look too good either. In the franchise's latest entry, Amnesia The Bunker, you play as a French soldier trapped in a World War I bunker with a super needy Labrador. Just kidding, it's this thing.
Oh, it looks scary!
Oh, it's scary, it's scary, it's scary!
And there's a grisly yet clever mechanic representing your character's physical well-being, as commenter Tommy Eliasson 2071 recalls. Amnesia The Bunker made you look at how covered in blood your hand was on the inventory screen. Got nibbled a bit by a rat, just a bit of blood on your fingertips. Got maimed by the monster, possibly 2 or 3 fingers covered in blood, or pretty much your entire hand if it was bad enough. Yes, whenever protagonist Henri Clément takes a beating, the only way to see how much damage has been taken is to stare at your hand in the inventory screen. Coincidentally, this also works as an effective monster deterrent in real life. Ha! Not so scary now, are ya? The bloodier Henri's hand is, the closer he is to death. You'd better find a bandage pronto or risk leaving a trail of blood for very hungry rats who will happily nibble away on your juicy fingers. Given how horribly maimed Henri might get, it's quite nice of the game to give us a simple visual of a bloodied palm rather than seeing his gouged out entrails all over the floor. Commenter Tommy went on to say, I like it because unless you open your inventory mid-confrontation, you're not going to know how badly you got hurt until you've gotten away, somewhat mimicking how adrenaline got you through it and you only realise how messed up you are once it's over. Oh, sweet, innocent Tommy. Is Amnesia ever truly over? I'm safe behind the hand. I'm safe behind the hand. I'm safe behind the hand.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him!
Keep your horns on, Spyro! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
I believe it was Confucius who said that behind every great hero is an adorable talking dragonfly. Wait, don't quote me on that. It might have been Socrates. Such is the case in the Spyro the Dragon series, where the titular purple reptile is always accompanied by his best bud and sidekick, Sparks.
Come on, Sparks! We got a lot of vacation to catch up on.
Though to call Sparks a sidekick is rich, given that he literally points Spyro in the direction of shiny gems, and I'm pretty sure hoarding treasure is a dragon's whole deal. Just saying, Sparks is the MVP in this relationship. Not only that, Sparks is a classic late 90s example of a game switching up the health tracking system. As commenter rfastravers8841 reminds us, Sparks from Spyro. His colour indicates your health, and when you need health, you flame/headbutt a critter, which releases a butterfly, which our dragonfly then chases and eats. It's true, you can tell exactly what state old Spyro is in by the hue of his dragonfly buddy, yellow being full health, blue being slightly weaker, and green being a service station on the road to Deathsville. Take a hit when Sparks is green and he'll disappear altogether, meaning you physically can't take another blow, and if you do, Spyro will perish, sometimes very over-dramatically. Give him the Oscar. To restore health, you'll need to feed Sparks butterflies, though why exactly a barbecued sheep morphs into a radiant butterfly is one of life's biggest questions. As a player, it's comforting to see that lovable insect hovering above Spyro's horns, and strangely unsettling when he's absent. Kind of like when that one spider who's always in the corner of your room suddenly vanishes, and you know instinctively what that means. No sleep tonight.
Have you seen a little girl? Just turned 7 last month, short, black hair. My daughter.
Sorry. The only person I've seen in this town is you.
It's hard to imagine Silent Hill as a popular vacation spot. The weather is perpetually dismal, there's not an ice cream truck for miles, and the residents are winged monstrosities likely to gouge your eyes out. Not sure that's covered by my travel insurance. But a vacation is exactly what brings sad dad Harry Mason to this foggy hellscape, and there's an interesting way to keep tabs on his health as he searches for his missing daughter Cheryl. Commenter Tino9718 explains. The health indicator in the first Silent Hill was what made me buy a PlayStation back then. There was a field turning from green to red in the pause menu, but in the game itself you could only measure your health by the speed of the heartbeat in which the controller vibrated. Indeed, checking your physical condition on the inventory screen wasn't all that wild for a survival horror game, but the heartbeat vibration mechanic was a huge deal back in the PS1 era, really ramping up the immersive tension during combat. Although do be careful you don't just confuse it with your own heartbeat. I thought Harry was dying throughout the whole game. Turns out I'm just a wimp. Harry's rapid heartbeat thumping away in the DualShock controller was a genius indicator of how badly he needed to heal up. Sadly, YouTube isn't a 4D medium, so we can't show you exactly how this feature feels, but if you watch this clip from the recent Silent Hill 2 remake while measuring your heart rate, you might have some idea of what it's like to have low health in a Silent Hill game. You are welcome.
Imagine if Roald Dahl's children's novel Fantastic Mr. Fox was a gritty revenge story directed by Quentin Tarantino and scored by whoever made ringtones for the Nokia 3310. What you're picturing is Fox Fights Back on the Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum, a classic side-scrolling shooter where you play as an adorable woodland creature with a submachine gun. Still less dark than most Roald Dahl books. Clearly fed up with being hunted by poachers, our Fox protagonist has gone full Rambo, packing heat and charging through the forest to do the food shop for his frankly pretty ungrateful wife. Look, I'm sorry I forgot the milk, but there are dogs out there with Uzis! Fox Fights Back definitely deserves a place on this list, however, as commenter Nothing points out. In the classic 8-bit game Fox Fights Back, the health bar appears as the hanging tongue of the titular animal. There's an on-screen logo with the head of the fox. The more damage it receives, the longer the tongue hangs down. You heard right, the tongue is the health bar. Get attacked by an enemy and Fox's tongue will lollop further out of his gob. It's bad enough to be under siege from chicken eggs, but now you look extra derpy with every hit you endure. Has everyone got a milk kit? One way to wind that droopy tongue back in is to gobble up some rabbits. But with how chaotic things can get in this game, it probably won't be long until you're tripping over it again. Maybe this is why foxes make so much noise outside my window all night. If my tongue started unravelling every time I stubbed my toe, I'd be screaming like a demon too. It's such a unique way of measuring HP, and arguably way funnier than a crappy bar, but also a real inconvenience when you've just brought a lovely steak pie home to your missus, which you'll have to try and eat with a metre-long tongue. Honey, I'm home.
The armor okay? If not, I could...
No problem. Everything's fine.
Even the most seasoned action game fans might not have heard of El Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron, which is strange because such a catchy name. This visually praised hack and slasher came to Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 in 2011, telling a compelling yet confusing story based on biblical apocrypha, and featuring the voice of Jason Isaacs, aka White Lotus's most nude dad, as heaven's most powerful archangel.
Say,
You've not been down below for some time, have you? You're in for a surprise.
They should have marketed it on that alone. Jason Isaacs, not the nudity. That was 14 years later. Naturally, we missed El Shaddai's unorthodox health system completely in our previous video, so we were grateful when commenter N Parallelo piped up saying, "In El Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron, you have no life bar. Your armour gets progressively broken until you are fighting only with your weapon and a pair of jeans." A pair of jeans wouldn't go amiss. From where I'm standing, it looks as though poor protagonist Enoch can be left duking it out in just boxers and sandals. Unless those are flesh-coloured leggings. Either way, not a vibe. After the game's prologue, you do get kitted out in some slightly more robust armour, courtesy of Jason Isaacs' character Lucifer. But if all that's between you and death is clothing, maybe pile on a few more layers? 3 pairs of socks, minimum. Every time you're struck, you'll lose a fraction more clothing like some kind of deadly striptease. Don't forget to monitor Enoch's increasing state of undress during combat, not just because it means he's on death's door, but also because he might be feeling self-conscious, bless him. You can collect Lights of Blessing to slowly regain your fit, and while it isn't helpful to you directly, it's also a comfort to know that enemies end up more scantily clad when attacked too. Ha! How do you like it? Quick! Grab their clothes! You need all the layers you can get!
Are you troubled by strange noises in the night?
Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic?
Have you or your family actually seen a spook, specter, or ghost? If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Just pick up the phone and call the professionals.
Call the Ghostbusters. We're ready to believe you.
If there's something strange in your neighbourhood, there's probably a Facebook group of nosy curtain twitchers already on the case.
Emergency! Please call me back now! Outside my window I see multiple ghosts in my garbage! They look like hobos!
I should spook you for wasting valuable Ghostbuster time, bucko. However, in Ghostbusters the video game, you'll be joining Spengler, Stanson, Venkman to investigate legit spooky goings-on across New York City. You even get your own Proton Pack designed to keep you safe on the job.
We'll start at 50% capacity. That should keep any burning or tissue damage to a minimum.
Sorry, what was that about burning tissue? Of course, being a rookie Ghostbuster is a dangerous affair. Thankfully, you can check your physical condition easily and in a really cool way, as highlighted by commenter Sonic King 2004, who says, "What about the Proton Pack in Ghostbusters the video game? That took the place of your traditional HUD, with meters representing your character's remaining vitality they had left before they had to be revived by a fellow Ghostbuster. Burning tissue be damned! The Proton Pack is a super nifty mechanic that negates the need for an on-screen health bar, adding to the game's immersion and totally making you feel like a real Ghostbuster."
Here's where you keep an eye on your current physical condition. The more green that's on the bar, the more damage you can sustain and still stay on your feet.
It works in a similar third-person friendly fashion to Isaac Clarke's colour-changing spine in Dead Space. And thankfully, while the spirits you'll be sapping with the Proton Pack are pretty malevolent, they probably won't do you quite as much harm as these things. Yeah, I'll take the burning tissue.
You'll die here.
What was that?
I didn't say anything. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry.
The Morttery Assistant is a game best played with the lights on, an adorable dog in close proximity, and ideally, not at all. The game revolves around Morttery Assistant Rebecca Owens, whose thriving career in the morgue involves such mundane tasks as embalming corpses, wiring jaws shut with settling needles, and wheeling bodies back and forth from cold storage. Still beats looking at a spreadsheet. Unfortunately for Rebecca, her ambitions are somewhat hindered by demonic entities attempting to slowly possess her during her shift, something I can't imagine HR wanting anything to do with.
Look, I'm sorry, but this entire thing is extremely unprofessional.
This leads to the player experiencing terrifying phenomena and harrowing hallucinations as occult forces mess with your surroundings and your mind.
Hello?
Just out of curiosity, how long is my notice period? Rebecca doesn't have a conventional health or sanity meter to signify how close she is to succumbing to the dark side. There's only one way to measure her mental state and level of possession. As commenter America2793 says, the Morttery Assistant with the paper scribbles. Out of context, that comment almost sounds like the desperate ravings of someone trapped in a haunted morgue, but it's actually a pretty cool element of gameplay. During the shift, you can take the pencil from the front desk and scribble away on a post-it note.
The only way I've found to tell how far along a possession is on your own is to scribble on a piece of paper. Don't think about it, just scribble. Look carefully. If you notice anything strange, it's starting to take hold.
When things inevitably start kicking off, you'll notice your scribbles becoming more erratic, gradually morphing into circles and eventually revealing the symbol of the house of the demon trying to possess Rebecca. Vital info you can use to stop them doing so.
The database contains all the information on the process of expulsion.
The notches at the bottom also get higher as the level of possession increases, heading up to a maximum of 9. Though believe me, by the time you reach that stage, you'll definitely have an inkling that something's not right. So, any chance I can work from home? Hybrid, maybe.
So those were some of the ways of measuring health that were far more interesting than a crappy health bar. And oh God, not again. No, not me this time. Oh God, it's going down. All right, if you want to stop that from going down, you need to hit the like button and the subscribe button. It sustains me. Yes, I need it. Oh my goodness, do that right now. And you need to like click on these other videos and support even further on Patreon. And then hopefully, oh God, help.
Hey,
Hey, it was your job this week.
Emma.